Welcome, everybody, and thank you for joining us this afternoon to honor this very special person. My name is Aaron Adam, and I've known this person for about 20 years. When I was 15 years old, I moved from Wisconsin to Hawaii with my mother. For those of you who've moved mid school, you'll know that this feeling is like the end of your life. I was an outsider when I was in Hawaii. Kids didn't know me, I wasn't from there, they weren't very nice. So I did what any other 15-year-old freshman in a new school would do, where everyone didn't like him. I joined the football team. I kept getting beat up because I gave him a legitimate reason to do it, but I kept coming back. This one coach asked me if I wanted to better myself, and I said, yes, coach. He then took me up to this gym with double metal beaten up doors and this 5'8" Japanese man that weighed about 300 pounds, his thighs about the size of my body, and his eyes as black as night came out. And I swear the ground shook, and he said, you really want to do this? I said, yes, coach. He gave me an evil smile, and he said, okay, tomorrow then. So I came back tomorrow. Or I came back the next day, and it all started from there. This man is hard. He doesn't have very many emotions except for frustration and anger, it seemed like. But he gave everything he had and asked nothing in return. He demanded more of me than I demanded of myself, and he pushed me harder than I thought was ever possible. He did this for me and for others. In the eyes of everyone there, I was a loser to everyone, and I had nothing to lose at that time. And from there, I became first string my sophomore, junior, and freshman year in football. I was the homecoming, junior prom, and senior prom court. I was second team All State my senior year for football. I joined the Marine Corps, and I attained a job at Harley Davidson corporate for 6 years, in which I managed 3 locations in 2 countries. I was also the executive protection manager, in which I traveled with the executives and the family members of the company worldwide. I started 3 companies in which I've sold, and now I'm going to school to become a doctor. All these things come back to the teachings of Coach Clay. Most of us have felt down and frustrated, and we just need a helping hand, and he was mine. He looks like a big teddy bear, but don't hug him. Some of that blood and those tears in that gym are mine from different situations. He's not a person to share crazy emotions with, but what he is an example of how to push. He's an authority to correct you. He's a giver, and he's present, and he deserves all the goodness that he has gotten and that he will receive in the future. Coach Clay taught me everything I know about weightlifting, studying, respect, and he is the definition of an example. I remember the first day of lifting weights. He told me to get on the bench and do 10 reps. I did. He said, get up. He laid down. He tucked his butt to his shoulders, put his feet on the ground, and he did 10 proper reps. He got up and he said, you do it. I laid down. He moved my body where it was supposed to go, and I did 10 reps. I got up and he said, okay, 200 more, in which I did. I wasn't the only one, though. There was a kid that started shortly after I did, and he went through the same thing. He came outside and he said, I didn't even have any weight on it, and that was the hardest thing I've ever done. Does it get any easier? I laughed and I said, yeah, just bear with it. It'll improve your life. That person's name is Bryce. He made first team All-State his senior year, and I'm still friends with him to this day. But it wasn't just about lifting weights, as it was about grades. I got kicked out for bad grades, and I was forced to sit in front of the gym and do homework until my grades were fixed. He cared. The second time I got kicked out, it was because my mother came to Coach Clay and said I was being disrespectful. So he kicked me out. I was forced to sit in front of the gym if I wanted to ever come back. After 9 days of sitting there after school, I went in and I said, Coach Clay, can I come back? And he said, what took you so long? Pretty stubborn, aren't you? He's also good at guiding. Lifting is the easy part. Being an example is fun. Being an authority means you care. It wasn't just about grades and disrespect. If we lifted wrong, we're frustrated, we were slacking, he would pull us aside and correct us and tell us why. Simple, effective, and life-changing. We did an obstacle course every Friday. and he called me out for being slacking and made everyone do 30 minutes more. What I saw as a punishment was actually an important lesson. Never give up, do your best, never let your family down. Most of us just wanted someone to be there if our parents weren't present. There were days where you didn't want someone, but he was there for you, even if we didn't want it. And looking back, I'm grateful for this and what he's done to my life. Coach Clay fits the bill of what we should all be. He's a living example of how we should live our lives. He course corrects when we're going the wrong way. He gives from the heart, and he gives what you need. And he's also present, even if you don't want him to be. Without Coach Clay, none of us would be here um, doing what we're doing, having accomplished what we have. He is a simply amazing man, and he's still doing this for other people today. It's a pleasure and an honor to present this to my mentor, my coach, and my friend, Coach Clay.